some talented hams out there that could that are familiar with writing software using C++ and creating a new controller for the Mercury Lux. I figured it was going to happen eventually, and I got a copy of one of the beta versions, beta version number 2 or 3, I think. I wanted to wait till we at least got a couple of iterations under their belt, and boy, oh boy, is this thing fancy. So I'm trying it out now at the moment. It's got everything that you would ever want for a controller. They've added a bunch of other features in it that are kind of not really that important, but whoever heard of an amplifier telling you what its efficiency is? Yeah, this thing, they actually did some math and providing an output for efficiency, so you can see what your efficiency is on all the different modes that you operate. So that's kind of cool. All the other stuff is there that you would expect: SWR, forward power, reflected power, temperature, voltage, current, all that stuff. Changing the, well, actually there's only 2 speeds for the fan, operating it in standby, and you can operate this thing really, the way they set up the remote control transmission with its own, they utilize encryption. So that is important, because you don't want anybody, when you're operating, thinking it's something they want to get into, you know, like a bank account, and try to make a deposit, you know, on your amplifier. You don't want that to happen. So it's all encrypted. And so it adds an element of protection that no other control software out there that I know of has. And this is like state-of-the-art encryption-protected controller. So it's working real well. I tried it on 2 other laptops, tried it on my iPhone, and that's the other thing. It's multi-platform. A lot of software that is written is only good for like Windows or an iOS system. This particular software, the guy said, you know what? My little team here is going to write it for all the different platforms out there, including Raspberry Pi. And for those that are familiar with the Raspberry Pi. All right, so it seems to be working good. Thank you for letting me make a transmission. Back to you, Ron. Oh, I wanted to say hello to Mike, Reno Mike, and also to, what is that, Curry Mountain, KD6 TKS. Good signal, by the way, Andy. And also Larry. Hello to Larry. Not as strong as I've heard you in the past, but you got a big signal. And the growth pain sounds pretty good. Back to you, Ron. KD6 VWS. WA6 jacks, 10s, and 9s. And I'm kind of running low power right now. I'll be running a lot more power later on at the top of the hour.
Oh, okay, Kevin. WA6JKN, KD6 VWS. Well, yeah, you're making a good signal down here. There's a lot of real fast QSA on the stations from up north, but signals are strong enough that it's still pretty Q5. So, yeah, sounds like that controller is doing a good job for you there, Kevin. High-tech stuff, no doubt about it. All right. Do we have anybody else that wants to get on the early Wednesday night AM awareness? Come now, KD6 VWS. AE6OP. Is that AE6AP? Go ahead.
Negative. It's Alpha Echo 6 R. Papa.
Okay, I switched in my Q multiplier. Try it one more time.
Let me take a pass right now, and I'll get my amp on.
Yeah, turn your amp on.
That's AE6OP there, Ron.
What was that again, George?
Alpha Echo 6 Ocean Papa.
Yeah, I think that's Mike up in the Clear Lake area. Okay, well, give me a shout back when you get that amp on there, Mike. Okay, while he's warming up his amp, let's see, let's go back to you, Don. NX7R, KD6VWS.
Yeah, this is NF7R. Everybody's coming in pretty good, but my reception conditions are about like you described them. Southern moss is there, but it's down in the noise. And so far, so good, I guess. Anyway, not much to add right now. I'm just hopefully going to using this 7300 and going modern here for the next few weeks, but I'll be getting that Valiant out and getting some work on it as soon as I can get some strength back to lift that thing up. I got a 500-pound pneumatic. Not really a lift, it's a tray like you'd see in a warehouse. And so you can drop that down to the ground floor and raise it up to about desk height. And so that's going to be my secret weapon, I think, in moving some of this heavy iron around. Back over to you. This is NF7R.
Yeah, okay, Don. NF7R, KD6VWS. Yeah, I've seen those at Harbor Freight or Tractor Supply, one or the other, or both. Yeah, that's a real handy gadget. Yeah, so I hope your therapy works out good for you. And in the meantime, solid state rig's working fine, so no problem there. So, okay. So do we have anybody else that wants to get on the early Wednesday night AMI list? Coming up, KD6VWS. Okay, nothing heard. KK. 6VWS. Well, that was a carrier with no modulation. Try again. Okay, I think that's someone else, whoever keeps throwing that carrier. So, let's see. Can we send it over to him? 36 VWS.
Yeah, okay, real good, Ron. W6YEC on the vintage rig right now. So I went over to the Ranger and the amp, and I was just trying the other one out. Looks like it's working. But I thought I might as well put on the real deal here tonight, and also sometimes I wanted to use the 7300, but needed a little bit more power, so I've got it hooked up now to that SB230, and that's working out real good, and real easy to switch it back to the Kenwood if I want to. So that's part of what we did today. Everybody's coming in real nice, and let's see. Good to hear you, Kevin, and Mike, and so let's see who else. Don, hearing you quite well, and heard Jeff earlier. I talked to him on the phone, and also heard him on, I think, the radio. So he's having fun with that 75A1. I remember those days, long past now, but working on those and restoring them. What a nice receiver that was. You know, the when I got the A2, it was really a tremendous improvement for AM, and the A3 was really superb. So went through all of them, the A3 to the A4, and anyway, I've got the 75A4 on here tonight. I used it Monday night, and I think I'm going to use it tonight as well. I don't have it hooked into the mute system, so I have to manually put the switch there to mute it. But it's really a nice receiver. This used to belong to Norman Johnson, W6 Charlie Charlie. And so I've got it over here on the second shelf under on the deck, on the AM deck. With the speaker, the matching speaker, and so it's fun to turn it on and hear it. And I used an A4 for years, John, as you know, I think. Anyway, enough of my yapping. Let me get it back to you, and maybe you want to turn to Mike then. Good to hear you, Mike. Nice signal down to San Diego. KD6BWS, W6YEC.
KN6IYC.
Okay, let me get you written down, Larry. Yeah, okay, George. Yeah, I'd like the 774A2 for AM. I think that would be my, of all of those 4 receivers, and probably pick one up a lot cheaper than an A4 too. But no, the A4 is great for sideband and AM. But me, I'm pretty much an AM guy, so heck, I'd use an A2 or an A3. All right, but yeah, boy, you sounded great on your usual rig there, the Ranger, and yeah, man, it's real fast QSB. Noticing it, I was noticing it real big on the up north segment, but I'm noticing really big here too. All right, over to you, Larry. KN6IYC, KD6VWS.
Good to hear you. KD6VWS, KN6IYC, here in the little community of Preston, California. Oh, man. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for picking me up. Yeah, and good to hear you, George, and that's who I've heard so far. Is you and George. I just slid in here. And then, of course, Jeff checking in just now from Chino, California. Well, gosh, it was a good day here in San Diego County. Wednesdays is starting to turn into mine and Debbie's hiking day, because we don't have anything going on until later on in the afternoon. So that time she's got piano lesson teaching going, and we got our involved in the CARES programs and the other things at church and stuff like that. And so Wednesdays just turns out to be a day that if we did it in the morning, we can go out and do some stuff. And today it was Stormwalk Peak in the Cuyamaca Mountains there. It's about 850 foot of elevation change at about 1.8, 1.9 miles, something like that. Very hike when you're done with it. It turns out to be like a 4+ miler when you're done down at that. Yeah, what a view though. You can see forever from up there. It's just really, I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, all in all, a really nice guitar lesson. Yesterday, great jam session at the house with Debbie and Bruce, and of course, John from WA6JUS came over with mandolin, and him and his wife Joan went out with us for a while. Yeah, it's kind of inspired me, going back to playing the old-timers, bluegrass tunes and stuff like that. I just got finished just now, before I came down here, giving myself a really good banjo session because I put it down for so long, and I really wanted to I've got to get brushed up on the banjo, and I think I'm going to add it to the mix somehow, some way. You know, guitar's my main instrument and everything, and that's what I play. So I was running through a handful of tunes on the banjo this evening, and tunes like, Dixie Lowdown, Blackberry Blossom, and Dear Old Dixie. These are all in the key of G. Kind of, Scruggs picking nose a little bit. It was kind of fun. And I think I'm getting there a little bit, ever so slowly. Oh man, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to write the message, I'll tell you. Anyway, thanks for getting on the list, and sorry I've gone long this time. And I'll listen back to you. And you can steer it where you need to go. Maybe it needs to go to Jeff, because he's back. But I'll send it to you, Ron. KD6BWS, KN6
Kilo 6, Indy Romeo Delta. I'm contesting, I guess. K6IRD.
Okay, sir. Let me get you written down. Yeah, okay, Larry. Yeah. I don't know if you heard. My roommate had a banjo back in the early '70s, and I played bottleneck on it, and that sounded really neat. But I played bluegrass on a stand-up bass for some people back in the mid-'70s up in Idlewild. They're having a big bluegrass festival, and I played stand-up bass. Then to get down to that area, because I haven't, I'd love to explore that whole area where you're talking about, the Borrego area, and all that eastern San Diego area.
Okay, Ron. KD6BWS. This is KIRD. Yeah, I sat down, turned everything on, then I gave out my name, and I gave out my call, and I guess I was contesting, because I always have to say Kilo 6 instead of K6, so I just went right with it. Anyway, well, I'm still trying to accomplish a lot of things around here, but I'm just not doing either that well or something, because I'm spending all day long trying to accomplish a lot, but then when you get calls in between, then you stop and make yourself something to eat for lunch, and you got to take Bailey out to go potty, and it just seems like the day is suddenly gone, and you really haven't accomplished that much. But, well, that's the way it goes, and so I'm still waiting to get back to my normal life here. But anyway, I'll turn it back to you, Ron, and let you finish getting somebody else on the list here. So with that, I'll say this K6IRD. Back to you, Ron.
Yeah, all right, Sharon. K6IRD, KD6VWS. Wow, you sounded fantastic as usual. And yeah, I know what you mean about the days going fast. I try to do a little writing, a little piano playing, and this and that and the other, and then you get on to chores, and it's like, I'm going to get all this stuff accomplished today, and the day slips by so quick, you go, well, maybe tomorrow. All right, Sharon. At least you're staying busy, and That's the main thing. So, good deal on that. And you're sounding fantastic, as usual. And yeah, you can be a Kilo 6 if you want to. No harm, no foul there. All right. Do we have anybody else that wants to get on the early Wednesday night AMI list? Come now, KD6 VWS.
AE60P.
AE60P, go ahead, Mike. OP, go ahead.
Okay, I thought there might be another station in there that you were coming back to first. Oh, good evening, AMIers. I think I got in here a little late tonight, but better late than never. I've got my amp on now, and looks like I'm just squeezing about 700 watts out of it on the ubiquitous 7300, and running the usual offset center fed dipole here from my hillside home overlooking beautiful Clear Lake. The weather last night was not as violent and wet as I expected up here, but it was a nice refreshing storm. Hopefully everyone out there didn't suffer any tree collapses or damage. Apparently a lot of high winds were involved, some up to 62 mile an hour gusts or 82 mile an hour gusts on the peaks around San Francisco. So it was a doozy. But as fast as it came in, it's gone up here. We're keeping busy here with getting my pilot's certificate back qualified to resume flying after my plane was down for a while for replacement prop that took forever to get here, and then when they sent it, it was deformed, and I had to send it back to them, and they're remanufacturing it with great chagrin and apologies. I guess good help's hard to find even in the strictest, most quality control type product manufacturing. Anyway, so don't know who's out here. I just got in, and hopefully you guys can hear me with the additional power. This is AE60P Michael in Clear Lake, AMI 1949.
WA9JIB checking.
Okay, let me get you written down, Bob. Yeah, okay, Michael. Yeah, well, I hope your plane comes back in good order. Sure don't want to have problems with that. Can't just pull over to the side of the road in an airplane. So I hope that turns out good for you. And okay on the storm. Yeah, we're having mild, warm weather here. I think it's going to be about next Wednesday we'll get a storm, possibly. But, yeah, so I hope all that works out good for you. All right. Over to you, Bob. WA9JIB, KD6VWS.
KD6VWS, and whoever out there, WA9JIB, here in La Cañada. So, it's very cool over here. Well, I just shut all the windows almost, a couple with a crack open, and very chilly here tonight in La Cañada near Pasadena. So, it was nice during the day. Well, it's nice now, too, but it's just chilly. So, I was over at Caltech today. They had an event for retirees of JPL and Caltech, and it was this kind of thing where open enrollment period for healthcare kind of stuff for retirees. So they had little hors d'oeuvres and things like that, to work with and all that. And it was June night. And I ran a couple errands after that. So, but I left the house about 9:30 this morning and didn't get back till 3. So, a pretty long time. Anyway, but it was fun. I always like to try to go to these events now where I will run into people. So anyway, that's the so we're finding it's getting a real autumn weather here. The leaves are changing to liquid autumn. It's year. Yard work, clean up around the house, and all that kind of stuff, and little electronic projects when I have time for that. Anyway, I guess we're charging down on net time. I was going to watch half of a internet sci-fi movie before and then half after the net, but it was so boring, I fell asleep during it. These internet movies are, they're cheaply made, the acting's good, but nothing happens. No aliens, my attention. That's why I can't watch Hitchcock movies. They just bore me. Put me to sleep. I gotta have action in movies. Anyway, back to you, Ron. KD6BWS, WA9JIZ.
Yeah, okay, Bob. WA9JIZ, KD6BWS. Well, yeah, well, I hope you, sounds like you had a good time at the JPL get-together, so I'm sure that's a lot of fun. Get to meet all your old comrades there. And yeah. Well, it's a little cooler today, and I imagine it's pretty cool out there now. It'll probably get down to 50 or the high 40s tonight. So, yeah, fall is falling in. Okay, let me see if we've got anything else that wants to get on the early Wednesday night. Let's come in to 6BWS.
KF6SYD.
And on WJ6W standing by to take the net to deep.
Ow!
KD8TIQ.
2 power houses. So I guess you're taking the owners tonight there, Dave. Yeah, I was wondering who was going to. I think this is the second Wednesday, isn't it? So, all right. I'll send it over to Steve, KF6SYD, and then if you'll send it over to Dave there, Steve, KD6VWS.
All right, Ron, KF6SYD. Steve in Long Beach. Just got back from Disneyland. Last month or something, Valerie asked us if we wanted to go to Disneyland sometime. She booked today, so we went with her and her husband, Julie and I. I haven't seen that place since 2018. How long it's been since I've been there. And didn't take a jacket, and it got cold. It got cold. And Valerie had an extra jacket, so Julie and I kept passing it back and forth to each other. She'd wear it for a while, and I would. And went on a bunch of rides, mostly stuff Valerie could go on. And Julie and I went on Pirates of the Caribbean. Valerie wanted to pass on that. So it was a lot of fun. Good to see that place again. Good to be here tonight. Hello, Sharon. I heard part of your transmission, and yeah, you get up, you think you're going to get a bunch of stuff done. Before you know it, the day's already over. That's what happens to me a lot, so I know how that is. There's a KD8 station, and I didn't get the suffix, so you might want to pick him up. But anyway, I'll turn it over to Dave, WJ6W. Good to have you, KF6SYD.
KF6SYD, WJ6W. Yeah, Steve, I heard the KD8 station as well. I didn't get the whole call, but it sounded loud and it sounded very good here in the AM. New call to me, I think. So, anyway, well, Steve, Disneyland. Yeah, I haven't been there probably, I don't know, maybe as long as 15 years or so. I know it's probably grown a lot since then. But, yeah, I'm glad you had a good time down there and you escaped without getting too far open. So, anyway, yeah, it's the first Wednesday of the month. Rob, has it double check. It's the first Wednesday, so, yeah, it's my turn to take the net tonight. And so far, everything sounds good as far as conditions. So back to you, KD6VWS, WJ6W. W86GUS.
Okay, let me get you written down, John. Now, and I think the, let's see, the KD8, let's see. I think it's KD8 PIQ, but you can give them a call, you know. So you're ready to take the list there, Dave? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready. And I heard John down in San Diego call in too. So, yeah, I'm ready for the list. Go ahead and give it to me.
Okay, good deal, Dave. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking this was the second Wednesday. Yeah, I know it's, what's his name? That last week for K6IC, so I should have known. Okay, first on the list you can put me, KD6VWS. Then we have Mike, KM6QQU, KM6QQU, Mike. Then we have Kevin, WA6JKN, WA6JKN, Kevin. Then we have Don, NF7R, NF7R, Don. Then we have Jeff, KK6IRZ, KK6IRZ, Jeff. Then we have George, W6YEC, W6YEC, George. Then we have Mike, W7MS, W7MS, Mike. Then we have Larry, W6WUH, W6WUH, Larry. Then we have Andy, KD6TKX, KD6TKX, Andy. Then we have Michael, AE6OP, Alpha Echo 6 Ocean Papa. That's Michael. Then we have Larry, KN6IYC, KN6IYC, Larry. Then we have Sharon, K6IRD, K6IRD, Sharon. Then we have Bob, WA9JIB, WA9JIB, Bob. Then we have Steve, KF6SYD, KF6SYD, Steve. Then you checked in, and then we have John, WA6JUS, and yeah, you can give out a call, I guess, and get the KD8 station. So there you go, Dave. WJ6W, KD6VWS.
Thank you, Ryan, very much. Very good. I got it all, and it was a nice piece, just right for me to keep up with you very well. So yes, I think the KD8 station is KD8PIQ, like you said. Okay, but we'll check later. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock by the Western Union Naval Observatory timing clock on the wall here at WJ6W. So welcome to the Wednesday night AM Amplitude Modulation International Net, or AMI. The purpose of this net is to promote the restoration, preservation, and enjoyment of AM equipment, including transmitters, receivers, and associated AM, vintage AM gear. Just adjusting something here. Anyone using AM equipment is welcome, including modern radios capable of creating two sidebands in a carrier. We also welcome all listeners. You don't need to be a member to join this net. However, as a member of AMI, you'll receive a certificate that has on it your personal ID number. And if you'd like a membership, go to our AMI website, www.aminternational.club. Fill out the membership fee and pay form and pay the $5 fee. And you can also send a self-addressed envelope to John McGrath, N9AMI, P.O. Box 1422, Silver Springs, Nevada, 89429. John is also good on QRZ, so you can get that address if I read it too fast, which I no doubt did. So tonight your AM net control is WJ6W. The name is Dave. My AMI number is 1235, and I'm located in Tarzana, California. And tonight I'm running for a transmitter, the Collins 20V2 broadcast transmitter, converted to this frequency, and listening on an ICOM 7610. The West Coast website we have is www.westcoastami.com, and you can visit the website to keep up on AMI events. John McGrath is supporting that, and we thank him for his support. So tonight, when I call on you, share your call, name, and make and model of your equipment. If you have any buy or sale items, please list them, and let me know if you want to stay for the informal roundtable immediately following this net. So it's time to zero net control and take a minute or so for a tune-up, and give your call sometime during the key-down period. Go ahead and tune up. This is WJ6W.
India, Romeo, Zanzibar, KK6IRZ in Chino, California.
Okay, very good. I got you loud and clear there, KD8PIQ, during the tune-up, and I got JNY6L. So, Jay, I've added you to the list. Is there anyone else who wants to get on the list? Come now. Oh boy, there's. Did anyone copy that? There was a station a little too weak for me to copy. And did anyone copy it over? Okay, no relays at this time, but we'll try again. Maybe conditions will improve later. Okay, so let's get started with the net here, and we'll send it over to Ron, who took the earlies. And thanks again, as usual, for your good work on doing that, and enjoy hearing you. KD6BWS, WJ6W.
Okay, Dave. Thank you. WJ6W, KD6BWS, on your Joshua Tree. AMI number is 1671, and tonight I'm running the Valiant early version, 150 watts carrier, Turner +3 microphone, NC125 receiver, scope hooked up to that, and a Q multiplier. I've got it switched out right now, and that goes up to the W4 Drake watt meter to the SA2040 heatkit antenna tuner, coax up to the end-fed long wire up about 25 feet, 5/8 of a wavelength line on this frequency, quarter wave counterpoise off the shield, no on the swapper round table, but I'll be listening through, and yeah, thank you, Dave, for taking the net tonight. Yeah, so you're sounding great on the Collins transmitter there. 20V, yeah. So back to you, Dave. WJ6W, KD6BWS.
Okay, Ron. Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, I hope this thing keeps running. It hasn't, I hate to say this, but it hasn't given me any trouble in about 15 years. I've had to replace finals over the years, but that's, I think, only one round of those. So anyway, thanks for the note there. Okay, let's continue on. Mike, KN6QQU. Go ahead, it's your turn for the MI net.
All right, thanks, Dave. W6W, this is KM6QQU. Mike in the Yucca Valley. AMI number is 1768. Running the ART13 with the amplified D104 microphone and receiving on the BC348Q model. And you can hear a little dynamo in the background. Both waves lip antenna being tuned in with the SA660A, got a heatkit antenna tuner. Got a heatkit HM102 watt meter in front of me. No on the round table, no on the swap, but I will listen through. Back over to you, Dave. WJ6W, KM6QQU.
Yeah, I heard the dynamotor in the background, but you sound very good on your rig there, Mike, and very good strong signal, about 20 over here. So thanks for checking in, and let's move along to Kevin. WA6JKN, Kevin, go ahead. WJ6W.
Okay, very good. This is WA6JKN, Kevin Gilroy. I'm running the Collins KW1 tonight. Let's see here, do I have the audio adjusted properly? I think it's okay. Yeah, WA6JKN, I'm running the KW1 with the 638 microphone, 75E4 receiver into an inverted V, up about 40 feet at the apex. And all is well here in Gilroy. We had a little bit of rain this morning, but it seems to have the weather front has passed, and it looks like we're going to have clear sailing for the rest of the week, and into probably, I think, Wednesday's the next time we'll have a little bit of rain. So that's kind of good. I need to have nice warm weather. I'm getting the house painted. Oh, this team that very, very fortunate. I got to see their work firsthand. A couple of the neighbors hired the same guy, and I watched the crew and everything. I just couldn't believe the attention to detail, how much time they take, the care that they take. This team is made up of electricians, plumbers, painters, sanders, carpenters. I mean, I had a team of something like 8 people show up a few days ago, and man, oh man, they operate efficiently, and the work that they are doing is just unbelievable. I'm very, very fortunate that I got to see this team firsthand before I hired them. Yes, sir. So hopefully within the next week they'll be done. Maybe over the next 2 weeks. It just depends upon weather. And that's pretty much it. Get the house all spiffied up and looking pretty. And hopefully some of the other neighbors in the neighborhood follow, because it's that time. You got to get that house painted to what, every 3 to 4 years, something like that. And I remember the owner of the company says, "Well, your house looks brand new. What do you paint it for?" I said, "Because it needs it." So he looked a little closer and says, "Yeah, it's a little faded." But I really wanted him to paint the pergolas and do some wood repairs on the pergola. The contractor I had build those didn't do a very good job, so his carpenter team came in, and boy, are they making improvements. I'm very, very happy. So, that's about it from this end. Once that's all done, I think we're heading off to Texas, to our other place there in Tyler. And we'll bring in Thanksgiving, celebrate it there with the family, and maybe be back here sometime in December. Okay, back to you. Let's see. I don't even remember your name or your call. Dave. Yeah, I think it's Dave. Sorry about that. Let's see, what is your call, Dave? I'm not running full duplex. WJ6W. Okay, I wrote it down, and that helps, because that uses a different part of your brain. So back to you, Dave. WJ6W and the wonderful AMI group. WA6 Jacks, Kings, and 9s, 73. I'll be listening through.
Okay, it's Kevin 73, and yeah, you finally pulled it out of your brain there. No problem. KW1 sounds good, and great on finding a good service for repainting the house. Okay, let's see. I'll call one more, and then we'll see if we have any more who want to get on the list for tonight. Let's send it over to Don, NF7R. Go ahead, it's your turn for the AMI net.
Thank you much, Dave. This is NF7R, located in Logandale, Nevada, about 60 miles northeast of Los Angeles. And tonight, running a ICOM 7300 and through a Tokyo high power HL 1.5 KFX or linear. Of course, I don't have anything loaded up very high at all, so probably running about 100 watts. The antennas, my 4-band dipole, fan dipole, center fed. I'm going to keep it short. I kind of was ready to decide if I need to kick some dirt over this DX100 or take it out to the garage and take it to the next one meet. One or the other. My True Love radio is out there now. It's the Viking Valiant. That's what I'm going to put my effort toward next. Not very much wrong with it, but it had a couple of small problems that I thought I'd used to put the DX100 on the operating. But, oh well, that's how it all works out, I guess, in the radio. back over to you, Dave, and no squawk, no round table, and probably going to have to run. I'm going to listen as long as I can, but may not be able to go all the way through. WJ6W, this is NF7R.
NF7R, WJ6W. Yeah, okay, Don. Well, you're doing fine here. 10 or 10 over 9 or more, and doing fine from Loganville. And yeah, the Valley probably get a little bit more power than the DX100, I believe. So that's probably a good way to go. We look forward to hearing that. So with that, let's see if there's anyone else who wants to get on the list tonight for the AMI net. Come now.
NA7RH, November Alpha 7, Radio Hotel.
Okay, Bob, we've finished out the list, I think. We always do with you. Or it's not complete without you. That's how I want to say it. Okay, we got you down, NA7RH. Let me send it over to Jeff then. KK6IRZ, WJ6W. It's your turn.
Okay, let's see here where everything's setting. I've been running the Barefoot ICOM 735 here for about 2 weeks. I haven't had the home brew online because the way I run it barefoot is a totally different setup, but 20 watts. I said I got to do something, so unfortunately I've used the JS method for putting things back together. For those that aren't familiar with that, that's the jock strap method, where everything is just clip-leaded and dangling everywhere, but well supported. Unfortunately, my homebrew transmitter doesn't seem to be showing grid current, so I had to tune it up by using the screen current meter, but it seems to be doing okay, but for some reason not reading grid current. So we'll see how long the jock strap holds things up. So with that said, I am running my homebrew rig tonight, going into the Johnson kilowatt matchbox open wire line out to 128 foot dipole center fed, but in the configuration of the square root symbol, so I call it lovingly my square root antenna, and I have absolutely no idea why it works, but it seems to. And that's what the past 2 weeks have been about with low power. I've been kind of plotting how the antenna does, because I've been trying to make a decision if I'm going to continue putting it up a little bit higher, which was the original idea, or just leaving it the way it is. And, you know, I think I'm just not going to touch it. With the past 2 weeks of information, of jumping around different bands and tuning it up all over the place and playing with the low power, it actually plots out pretty good on a lot of frequencies. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone. So in any case, I figured I got to get it back around, but I do need to get this thing reset up for the home brew, and then it should be okay, and I'll have to find out why it's not reading grid current. Don't have anything to sell or trade tonight. Hearing everybody quite well. Seems like conditions are good. Mike, I went to the post office today to mail it, and oh my God, what a line. I had to wait to get a parking spot, and when I went in, I stood there for 35 minutes, and I moved like 2 guys. Oh my God. So I will definitely get it out to you, but today was not the day for it to happen. Yeah, it was horrible. Everybody was in getting passports and people mailing packages, and I'm thinking, you know, a Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock, it can't be, you know, I figured it was going to be okay, but no. But I'll get it out to you soon here. And then my AMI number is 1809. And I am in Chino, as I've said before, and let's see, that's about it. My microphone stuff is just the typical low budget stuff, but it seems to do okay. Other than that, it's been beautiful in Chino, and the wife is home, and we're going to kind of watch TV and listen into the radio for the rest of the net, so I won't be around for the round table. Everybody else, thanks for doing the net, Dave. Thanks for doing the earlies, Ron. And nice hearing you in there again, Sharon. I did hear you checking in and sounding good on the transmitter tonight, I might say. So back over to you, Dave. WJ6W with the Wednesday night AMI net. This is KK6IRZ.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for checking in, and your unit there sounds pretty good. I think there's one clip lead that could just be moved slightly. It would improve things a little bit, but no, I think it's doing good. And the post office deal, yeah, the post office used to be quite a hassle, but I've been lucky the last number of times I've been there. It doesn't seem like our Tarzana post office is that busy that often, so yeah, it probably just depends on the luck of the draw. Well, let's see. Let's keep moving here. Let's go to George next, down in Lemon Grove. W6YEC, WJ6W. Go ahead.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Thanks for taking the net. W6YEC in Lemon Grove. Hello to everybody. Sharon, nice to hear you. Sounding good tonight. You always do, but you're so loud and crisp and clear. So got everything dialed right in. All right. Yeah, we're AMI 1197 for the certificate number, and operating a normal setup here tonight. I checked in with my ICOM earlier because I spent time getting it set up with the SV230 amplifier today, and wanted to check it out on AM, and it seemed to perform. So I went ahead and turned on the vintage rig since this is a vintage net. And we're using the Viking Ranger, driving the Dentron 2500, MLA 2500 for about 350 watts, and with an AKG microphone and a Behringer equalizer for the audio. And it's going through a automatic antenna tuner that's connected to a 4-to-1 balance, and feeding that's hooked up to the open feed line up to the full-wave loop, about 40 feet up, and seems to do a pretty decent job. And listening on a 75A4 tonight, and belonged to a friend of ours that just passed away, N6 or W6CC, Norm Johnson, and he was a RF engineer with Hewlett Packard and a good friend of Art Collins, and he and Art would converse quite a bit about circuitry and what have you. And so I was fortunate to end up with his 75A4 that has been modified a bit. The noise floor is absolutely quiet on this thing. It's really amazing. When everybody on keys, it's just no noise at all. Just spectacular. Replacing a 6BA7 in the mixer circuit with a 7360 tube, and a little rewiring, I think, on the circuit. So anyway, we've been enjoying using it. So that's it, Dave. No on the roundtable tonight. I'm going to go up and spend some time with Becky, I think, up in the living room there. So good to hear everybody in here tonight. Good signals, and as usual. So back to you, WJ6W, W6YEC.
Okay, George, thank you, and have a good evening there with Becky, the Ranger and the Dentron. Nice combination, working well here. Yeah, Norm Johnson, I think I've probably heard about him often from you in the past, but sorry to lose him. And I take it he was much younger than Mr. Collins. Boy, my brain isn't working tonight. Anyway, let's continue on. with Mike, W7MS. Let's see how you're doing down here in Tarzana tonight. Last night had a good strong signal on the vintage sideband roundtable. So go ahead, Mike. W7MS, WJ6W.
Well, okay. Well, thanks, Dave. And I will say signals are excellent. So adjacent for frequency activity tonight. So it's a blessing from whatever source it might be. Let's just say the propagation gods. WJ6W, W7MS, Mike in Reno. And like I said, it's great to hear the usual suspects and to see the newer folks here tonight. Everybody's doing quite well on their classic equipment, or maybe even neo-classic equipment. But it is AM modulation. But let me see here. To business, AMI number 216. And by the way, it was a pleasure to hear you last night, Dave, and thanks for the compliment on the signal from the 6100. And it's always a pleasure to either precede or succeed you, right? Or succeed you as you operate CS 7870. Receivers is 75A1, and in deference to some of the other comments on specific likes and dislikes of the Collins receiver line, I really like the 75A1. This one does have a mechanical filter adapter, so I'm getting a 7 kilohertz mechanical filter, which really helps with selectivity. Also the K6AD threshold AGC, ABC modifications from electric radio from a long time ago from Thomas Panano, who incidentally is a Reno resident, but I haven't talked to him for a couple of years, but he has moved from Dayton to Reno. But transmitter is a Collins 32B3, and as stated many times, this Lake Fusion serves as the RF exciter to a Johnson Viking kilowatt, also known as a Johnson Disc kilowatt. So the RF portion drives the pair of 4 400s. The modulator in the 32B3 does drive the 810, so we are AM all the way. And nothing is misconstrued as I learned in the past. People assume maybe I was operating the Johnson Disc in the linear mode, but no, we're Class C all the way, at least for RF and EB or Class B for the modulators. But no for the swap, no for the roundtable. We'll let you out here for a little bit. And again, great signals from all participants, and especially from Tarzan. WJ6W, W7MS.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Well, you're doing just fine down here again tonight, too, and sounding very, very good. So thanks for checking in. And, yeah, always a pleasure to hear you as well. Let's continue on and check out another semi-DX station, W6WUH. Larry, go ahead. This is WJ6W. Yeah, maybe we lost Larry. W6WUH, go ahead. Okay, let me put down a question mark there. We'll come back to Larry. Andy, KD6TKX, go ahead.
All right, there we go. WJ6W. This is KD6TKX. Thank you, Dave. Name is Andy, and I'm located at Curry Mountain, California, which is about 80 miles southwest of Fresno. And great signals tonight. Hello to you, Mike. Good to hear you blasting in. Good to hear George, Kevin earlier. Nice signals here tonight. Let's see here. Tonight running my, I call it my Coast Watcher station, I guess. It's a 1942 Australian transmitter receiver set made by Amalgamated Wireless of Australia, AWA, and most famously known as being used by the Coast Watchers during the Pacific campaign. Runs at 807 in the final of the transmitter, so I'm running it through an SB220 to give it a little more wattage out there, so hopefully everybody can hear me okay with it. And one of my favorite radios. I really like it. It's a pleasure to sit here in front of it at night and operate it. So it's been off for a while, so it usually takes a while to get stuff back online. I hope it's adjusted correctly, so it can be a little tough every once in a while. But anyway, so running the Australian set tonight. The antenna is a resonant fan dipole designed by my friend Jeff, WB6ZBX. He allowed me, gave me permission to copy it, licensed to build copy, such as it is. And that's what we're doing here. So I think I'm running about 150 watts of carrier. So pretty good little upgrade for the power output from this little guy. And everything looks like it's working, so I'm relieved. No swap, no roundtable. Ron, thank you for taking the earlies, get me on the list. And Dave, thank you. Oh, I forgot to say, especially, hello Sharon. Great to hear you. Sounding fantastic tonight. And as I was saying, Dave, thank you for running the show. Great job as always. WJ6W, KD6TKX.
Okay, Andy, boy, near the end of that, you were almost hitting 30 over, about almost full quieting. You know, my mind wandered, were you going to be on the round table or yes or no tonight?
Negative. Sounds like the band might be going too, but no round table.
Yeah, it could be. You took a surge there, now you're down. So I hope we can keep the band. Let me hurry up here and get through the list. AE6OP, Michael, it's your turn. WJ6W.
Okay, very good, Dave. W6JW. It's Alpha Echo 6 Oscar Papa, Clear Lake. Signal's very nice into Clear Lake all around tonight. Glad to have remembered to come into the shack tonight and participate here. My station is semi all tube, but and I wished it was. But I'm operating a 7300 exciting a Drake L7, and we're running right at 787 watts into our LP 100 alpha watt meter, and that's all going out to our offset center fed dipole. Stock microphone, plain and simple kind of system here with no tuner, just to keep it easy to operate. But looking forward to adding a Collins transceiver or some similar transceiver, so at least I will be all tube in the entire chain. I like the convenience of the 7300, and it's kind of laziness that keeps me glued to this box, but and it is a great radio, but I do love everything tube and glass, and I like walking into my shack here and smelling electronics from the 50s and 60s, and I have a lot of collectibles here in the shack that emanate plenty of those scents out, and so there's a lot of nostalgia in my shack design here. Let me see, what else can I don't have much to add, but enjoying the net and the excellent band conditions. It still seems pretty solid to me up here. Last four stations were well over 9, most of them 10 over 9. So with that, let's see, where does it go to? I think it's going to go to KN6IYC, Larry, I believe, if I got that right. If not, Dave, correct me.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot. All right. AE6OP and WJ6W. Here is KN6IYC. Larry, in the little community of Crest, California, in the Granite Hills above El Cajon in eastern San Diego County. Great day here today. My wife and I squeezed off a nice little hike up to Stonewall Peak in the Cuyamaca Mountains. That was a nice walk. And just been playing a little bit of music here and there, and that's been really good. Anyway, my AMI number is 1815. And let's see, tonight I am using the Johnson Viking Ranger 104 microphone, SP610 scope, the model FM30 frequency monitor, at 38701. It was right on the money, but now it's changed just a little bit. Anyway, the constant GSP 101 linear amplifier's got my carrier out at about 340 watts of carrier. Hamlin HQ 170 with its matching Hamlin speaker, inverted B 25 feet. No one to swap and no one the round table, and we've got a pretty big list tonight, Dave, so I'm going to send it back up to you, and you can keep it moving. WJ6W, back to you. And Ron, thanks for getting me on the list.
Well, Larry, thank you very much. Yeah, very good copy on you tonight, and thanks for checking in. I wanted to mention to Michael the 7300 is doing fine from Clear Lake with the amp. I didn't write that down, what you're running. But anyway, good to hear you. And thanks, of course, Larry. And let me check for any further check-ins for the AMI net coming out.
Dave, I forgot to mention my AMI number, 1949er.
1949, okay. Very good, thanks a lot. All right, well, let's continue on. It's time for Sharon, the First Lady of AMI, K6IRD. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, Dave. WJ6W, this is K6IRD. Well, the band is starting to fold. Leastwise, it sure sounds that way on my side here. In fact, I couldn't even hear earlier the NF7R, Don. I couldn't pick out anything he was saying. And yet everybody else seemed to think, as you did, Dave, that you could hear him quite well. So what does it say about my location here? Not that good for tonight's net. Anyway, I was also thinking of something he said to Bob, NA7RH, about the net just isn't complete until Bob checks in. You know, for the 20 years that I've been on the net, that Bob always has been on. I mean, he was a regular. Every single week he was on. And him and Jim. But anyhow, Bob, I'm saying this particularly to you, that it's just so good to hear your voice. It just brings back a lot of memories and a lot of time we've spent together on the air. And then, of course, it's a lot of the different, well, I'll call it not a swap meet, but the get-togethers like at the Yuma and others that were in Arizona when we've gone there. You've always been there. So I've always enjoyed hearing you, and I continue to enjoy hearing you. And then, Jeff, I got to say to you that your jockstrap definition or description, it made me laugh to think about it. You know, I guess you guys probably didn't get as much enjoyment out of it as I did. That was really good. And then let's see, and the last one I have down here is George, YEC, if you're still on. I spoke with Jeff earlier, and I guess last week or the weekend, probably the weekend, but he said that he was thinking about coming down for one of your San Diego meetings, and that if he was going to pick up the radio and bring it back for me. So for the rest of you, the radio that George spoke about, the Coast Guard radio, I told him I would love to have that, just to have it here, since I know that my husband Wayne is with me, that he would just enjoy me having that radio here. So I guess it's not one that I'm supposed to work by any means, but however, just having it here would really mean a lot to me, and I'm sure to him also. So that's kind of what some of the little notes that I had written down here to say some of the things I wanted to say. And also, there are a couple other things. I was thinking about the AMI numbers. You know, back from the time that, again, going back 20 years of being on this net, I never heard people that much every now and then they would remember to say it. I'm not that great about remembering myself, so I understand forgetting is one thing. Which reminds me, my number is 1525. But anyway, hearing as many people now talk about their AMI number, it's rewarding for me to think that you really want to be part of the AMI net. And so many of you are, but you still don't have your call. I mean, not your call, but your AMI number. And I think that's very simple. I look up on the wall, and I see both Wayne's and mine. And it's just enjoyable for me to know that I really am a member of the Amplitude Modulation International net. So, let's see if there's anything else I was going to say. I said earlier on that it's been a busy day for me. I still have some important calls that I have to make, and so I'm been searching and trying to find out how to do it. I don't want to have to do everything by mail. It takes so long to get there, and it's so long to get processed. That's primarily through the Office of Personnel Management. That's the OPM there for Wayne's pension checks. I need to let them know that he has passed, and that I need them to go back to the original schedule of Wayne's annuity, and that is to change it for me, which Wayne took out a spousal annuity, which gives me then 2/3 of his pension, which makes it comfortable for me to survive on. And then also to notify the Social Security. That one is not so hard, but I know that as long as they keep sending the money because they don't know that he is deceased, that they're going to then let me know that they need that money back, which of course it's not being spent, but it's just, I just want to get that done, and I can't seem to find a way to do it, but I'm getting closer. You know, when you just keep searching and searching, eventually you find things, but it causes me to have to do a lot of reading and research, and but this takes me back to my working day. So it's not something that's out of place for me, but it's just the time consumption of doing it. And then I find that sometimes I just need a break, and I start picking up a crossword puzzle, or I pick up a magazine or something, and I start looking at it, and then before I know it, I've spent too much time doing just that. So the end of the day comes much too soon. And then the other problem I'm having is I'm sleeping too much. I just can't seem to wake up. It's not that I do wake up and refuse to wake up or refuse to get out of bed. It's that I don't wake up. So I'm sleeping 9 to 10 hours a day. And this is just not me. It's not good. Well, but of course I tell people that, and they keep telling me that's all part of the process that I'm going through. And it very well may be. I'm hoping that's what it is, because I just don't like that. I feel like I'm missing out on a day waking up so late in the morning. But anyway, gentlemen, I've confessed all my things to you, and sent a little bit of cheers on to everybody, and thank you all for saying that you've enjoyed hearing me on. That really means a lot to me. And right now, anything like that just really warms my heart. So with that, I am now going to turn it back to you, Dave, and thank you all for letting me talk for a long time. So with that, WJ6W, Dave, this is Sharon, K6IR Dave. Back to you, Dave.
Okay, Sharon, very good. Yeah, well, of course, we're all interested in how you're doing, and thanks for letting us know. And yeah, the paperwork, oh my, yeah, that's too bad, but I guess it has to be done, and you'll probably be through it pretty soon. And yeah, I wouldn't worry about the sleeping. You are recovering. You're recovering from a long period there of probably lack of sleep. So anyway, good to hear from you, and we look forward to hearing you next week as well. So let me continue on and send it over to Bob, WA9JIB. Bob, it's your turn, WJ6W.
Okay, WJ6W and the West Coast Family Group, WA9JIB. Bob over here in autumnally cool Lackawanna. So very, very good night. Signal's strong, but not as strong as they used to be, so I don't think the band's going to collapse on us, but it is kind of short phase. Anyways, but it's a very nice net, a very, very nice day. Who knew this morning when I got up at 8 a.m. that I would hear Sharon's commentary carry on the jockstrap antenna. So that's just the magic of amateur radio. Anyway, Sharon, great to hear you on. It's the two alternatives besides sleeping the nominal. Sleeping a little extra is better than not sleeping enough. Maybe just enjoy it while it lasts. It's kind of cool to just lounge around this bed. I used to be able to sleep more than I can now. I tend to wake up a little earlier, although well, of course, the old days when I was at work, I had to get up and set the alarm. My bedroom is on the east side of the house, so I do get the morning sun in there, which is nice, because that wakes me up more naturally than the glare of an alarm clock. And I do tend to sleep more in the winter than in the summer, because the doors are closed and it's chilly, and I love being under the covers, and staying warm that way. But in the summer, you hear the birds and the deer in my backyard, and maybe the bears or whatever else. Anyway, a little extra sleep, not a bad thing. Anyway, but I don't want to. I can't tell you how you should feel about things. Although I just did. So anyway, D104 takes Bob's rambling vocalizations and sends them on into his Johnson Viking Valiant version 1.0, circa 59, I think. Gives me about 145 watts of carrier. I don't push it too hard. And that goes through my MFJ 962 Delta tuner, all the way on up to my inverted V dipole, which is not in a square root or jockstrap configuration. It's just an inverted V. And not a perverted V, just an inverted V. So, I've had that antenna up here for many years now, and it always seems to perform just fine. So, built it myself, too. Cut the wires all by myself. And the feed point about 35 feet high on a mast attached to the house. The ends tied off in trees in the front and backyard. The receiver, Hammerland HQ129 X-ray, manufactured 1946. And those are the toys that I usually use on AM. They seem to work pretty well. Everybody sounds really good. No AMI number for me, no buy-sell swap. I'll say negative on the round table. I'm a little tired, had a busy day. And so I'm going to get horizontal, maybe a little earlier. And maybe I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. I couldn't today. With that, back to net. Dave, you're sounding wonderful. WJ6W, WA9JIB.
WA9JIB, WJ6W. Yeah, Bob, I didn't get to sleep in this morning either, so I'm going to try tomorrow too, I hope. My wife is always in favor of that as well, so maybe we will. I might have to slap a PG-13 stamp on this net tonight with the jockstrap antenna references that everybody's making. That's pretty funny. Let's see. My antenna is more like a square root antenna, I guess. A little bit more like Jeff's. So and it works okay for me. Let's see. Let me go back and see if Larry is back, or if he maybe just went away tonight. W6WUH, Larry, are you there? And if so, go ahead and make your transmission. Okay, Mark Larry is out for the night, and let's continue on. Next we go to Steve with the big signal, of course, KF6SYD, WJ6W.
All right, Dave. KF6SYD, Stephen, Long Beach, AMI 1708, CCA, AM 1000D transmitter, inverted V at 70 feet, and my antenna is real steep going toward the backyard, the angle of it. Pretty steep going up there, and then toward the front into the palm tree. It's got a better, more shallow angle, spreading out further. It seems to do the job. It's been that way for years. Great net tonight. Great signals. Good to hear everyone. And Sharon, I'll echo Bob's comments. It's not a bad thing for you to get some extra sleep right now. You're at peace. You're able to relax. I think your body wants that, and it's good for you. And you lose a little time, but I think it's the right. I just wouldn't feel bad about it. So sleep peacefully. That's it's good for you. Like I was saying, we went to Disneyland today. I haven't seen that place since 2018. And there's been some changes. Gosh, when you go in, it's facial recognition. They take your picture of your face and they recognize it. If you go out and go to the other park, they scan your face and they know it's you. And kind of don't like that, but this is the time we're living in. It makes it feel kind of funny. Last time you had a pass and they just looked at the picture, and if it looked like you went in. It's not that kind of deal anymore. But had a good time. Place sure is full. And you can't just kind of get a pass and be having a bad day and, let's go to Disneyland. That's what we used to do. But no, you have to reserve your space quite a bit of time in advance, and you better show up for it or you get penalized by somehow. And I kind of felt like that's a bad thing for them to do, but the park's full. There's no reason for them to do any different. So it works. It was good to go there and spend the time with Valerie and her husband and Julie and see the place again. I'm still recapping the stereo receiver I'm working on. That's so tedious. Why'd they have to push the lead through and bend it over and solder it? So you gotta suck the solder off and straighten out the little wire, and then you can pull it through. And it's getting old, but I'm getting close to the end. So be glad to get this thing done and stop recapping. It's getting old. Dave, thanks for running the net. You sound fantastic. You're doing a great job. Ron, thanks for taking the earlies. And I'll give it back. No swap, no round table. WJ6W, back over to you. JF6SYD.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, very good. KF6SYD, WJ6W. Well, we have no takers for the round table so far tonight, so it doesn't look like we'll have one. And on Disney with the facial recognition and all that, well, I guess that makes sense in the modern age here. I don't know, but that was kind of a surprise to hear that. I remember the days when you got a ticket and just walked in, I think. I don't know. I remember it being like $30. Whenever that was, who knows how long ago that was. But I'm not sure you had to get tickets ahead of time or how you did do that. But anyway, that's very interesting. Okay, let's go to John, WA6JUS. John, go ahead, WJ6W.
You have to make reservations to get in.
Is that always true?
All right. WA6JUS here. Flying a little blind. I think I turned my oscilloscope off, but I forgot. I turned the transmitter off and I turned it back on. And I just want to make sure that I'm getting out.
Yeah, John, you're doing fine.
Okay, I heard somebody else come in there. You find out who that is. Numbers 258. This is still the Big Mom move, and I changed finals once too, because it's been a long time for both of us. And recuperating, always try to do that. I used to play bluegrass a lot, and a group recruited me. They're western swing, fiddle tunes, bluegrass tunes, instrumentals. They wanted a mandolin player, and they're ham operators. KN6IYC is the leader of it. He's on this deck. So I had a crash course, and we did 3 of their practices last Saturday for an outdoor fall festival. Back at the yacht club today with their folky group. Everybody worries about me trying to do too much. They're probably right. But at least I can get back with you guys. Some kind of centering, you know. No round table. Thanks, Dave. WJ6W, WA6JUS.
Yeah, John, very good. W6JUS. Okay, very good. Well, you always keep busy on something musically there, and it's better to be busy than not, that's for sure. Okay, let's see, Sharon, you had a comment about reservations at Disneyland?
Oh, yes. Yeah, even when I had my top of the line ticket, I still had to make reservations. And one time that there was a class action suit against Disneyland for this, that people that had that top grade, where you don't have any bad days. You can just go anytime. You have free parking and everything. And I called and made reservations, and they said that the park was too full. I couldn't go. Well, later on, I think I tried again because I was going with my granddaughter, and she definitely wanted to go. So I went ahead and called again, and I got reservations. But it's just that they were doing that to those people, and it became a problem. So there was a class action suit against them. But as far as I know, they still have it, because I finally, after 25 years of having a pass, I finally decided not to. So I haven't had a pass for 2 years, and so I haven't been there in 2 years. But it's just everything, as Steve said, you have to have almost reservations to get on a ride, and if you're not there, you put your whatever it is. It's gotten out of hand, and I don't know why. I guess they have a lot of people there, and they're trying better controlling. But anyway, it's not the same. But especially the reservation part of it. Back to you, Dave.
Okay, Sharon. Well, it sounds like it's too much trouble for me. I won't bother to go back. Okay, well, let's continue on. We have 3 more on the list. This is a new call to me, KD8PIQ. Go ahead, it's your turn, WJ6W.
WJ6W. This is KD8PIQ. Thank you for having me. Name here is Scott. I'm located in Port. I'm operating on a Yaesu FT950. I know it's a little modern, but I am surrounded by boat anchors. This is just my preferred go-to radio. It works easy, low maintenance, and it's not producing any extra heat. I'm talking on a high PR40 microphone. It's processed through a computer, but this is a narrow transmitter, so there's nothing really significant about that. I am going through a new Henry solid-state LD MOS amplifier, about 370 watts of carrier at the moment, through a MFJ antenna tuner into 600 ohm ladder line, about 100 feet long, into a 80-meter doublet, roughly 40 feet off the ground, flat top, beaming east to west. But it seems to be doing all right for me. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been here in Southern California for about 6 years now, migrated from West Virginia, West by God, Virginia, indeed. Here to help with the family business. Just now getting to voice operations. I have been doing SWL for some time here in my workshop, but just now got this antenna so I could actually load something into it. and not run a barefoot radio, as life is too short for QRP. I don't really have any traffic. Just want to say hello to everyone. I'm going to try to make an appearance a little more often. That, and I want to try out my new Henry amplifier here. My family owns Henry radio amplifiers. We took that over about 3.5, 4 years or so ago from Ted. He's a wonderful guy. He retired, moved to Colorado, and he didn't want nothing to do with it anymore, which is well-deserved. So here we are. And, I'm trying to get a new line of solid-state amplifiers, and this is just one of the goodies that I get to play with. So I got my prototype here, and it seems to be doing all right for me. I appreciate the welcome here. Back to you, Dave. WJ6W. This is Kilowatt Delta 8, Papa India, Quebec.
Good signal there,
Okay,
Scott.
well, very good, Scott. Well, welcome to the AMI group here, and please do come back as often as you can. And very good on the FT950 and the new Henry LD Moss amp. You know, I looked you up on QRZ, and the last name Burchett rang a bell, and I guess it's from hearing about your family owning Henry Radio, I believe. But anyway, it's a familiar last name, and we look forward to hearing you more and more. You're 40 over here in Tarzana. I'm in the West San Fernando Valley, so you're doing fantastic with your setup. Okay, well, let's continue on, and let's go to Jay, NY6L, WJ6W.
Dave, I think you forgot Bob, NA7RH.
Yeah, he's next. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, very good. NY6LJ here in Hesperia. We're running about 10 to 12 watts carrier here out of this Yaesu FT7 Bravo. Hopefully you can copy there, Dave. We're still under the weather. About a week and a half with this temp cold, and slowly getting better. So anyway, maybe some audio and signal reports to how this 10 watts of carrier is doing. So back there to you there, Dave. Oh, by the way, AMI number 1548, and nothing to buy, sell, or swap, and no for the round table. We're probably going to go back to bed. We'll go ahead and listen through. WJ6W, NY6LJ here in Hesperia.
Okay, Jay, very good. Well, the 10 watts is putting a fine signal here in the San Fernando Valley. And let's see. Well, it sounds like the sideband rig doesn't sound like you're super senior by any means, but it's working. And sorry you've got a pretty severe cold, apparently. So hope you feel better soon, and go on back to bed. Okay, last on the list, I have Bob, NA7RH. Bob, it's your turn, WJ6W.
Okay, very good, WJ6W, NA7RH. What have I got wrong here? I'm not sure. Pardon me while I'm tuning up this thing. I screwed up. I don't have my tuner online. The WJ6W NA7RH. Bob here in the Phoenix area with the 60Q5 Sweet Tube Special. It works pretty well with Pi Network tuner or not. So I hope it's at least as strong as with the tuner. Let's see now. Nothing to swap, no round table. AMI number 1543. Using the old Sweet Tube Special 8236. In the final, it's none of the 60Q5. And all the 1625s that color push for the modulator. The 61 through 64 Adabel handbook. And nothing to swap, no round table. And what else? AMI number 1543. I'm probably repeating myself at this point. Not a whole lot going on here. Doing a lot of home maintenance duties and not getting much airtime for sure, except for a few locals on AM. So back to you, Dave. WJ6W and the net, and thanks for the kind words, Sharon. Talk to you later. WJ6W, NA7RH.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, well, you're coming in as well as usual. I didn't know if you seem to be having a little concern about something there, but doing fine. Your usual, this good signal with the low power there from Arizona. So thanks for checking in. Well, that's the list as I have it. Let me make one more check for any late check-ins for the AMI net. Come now.
Whiskey 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alpha Echo.
9 JIB, relevant to the earlier discussions about Disneyland. I just wanted to say, what kind of Mickey Mouse operation is that place turning into?
Well, that's well said. That's well said, Bob. Very good. Excuse me. You're the man of humor here tonight. That's for sure. So anyway, thanks everyone for checking in, and thanks for a nice net. I enjoyed it tonight. We had no one offering to be on the round table, so with that we'll close it and say good night from Tarzana. WJ6W 73.
Whiskey 7.
Good night, Dave. Thank you.
WJ6W, W7TAE calling. Over.
I hear a break-in there. I wonder if you hear him, Dave. WJ6W is a Whiskey 7 breaker. I wonder if you hear him.
Oh, no, Bob, I don't hear him. Whiskey 7, so maybe he's out your way or something. No, I'm sorry, I don't hear anything.
Please go ahead, Whiskey 7 station, NA7RH.
Yes, it's Whiskey 7, Tango Alpha Echo, W7TAE. Over.
Okay, W7TAE, Tango Alpha Echo. Could you give me your location and your name there? My name is Bob, NA7RH, and I'm in the Phoenix area. Over.
Yes, QSL, Bob. I'm north of Seattle, Washington, about 60 miles north of Seattle, and my name is Daryl. Delta Alpha Romeo Yankee Lima. Daryl is my name, north of Seattle. Over.
Okay, I think it's Daryl, and north of Seattle. And I'm copying you 2-5 here in the Phoenix area, but WJ6W apparently was not. So, wonder what you're running and so on. I hate to just jump in here, but the net's over. So, W7TAE, NA7RH.
NA7RH, W7TAE. My business, Bob, I'm running modern equipment, a K4, a solid-state amplifier, about 200 watts of carrier, and the antenna is an inverted L. It's a half-wave inverted L, N fed at the base. It's about 60 feet at the high point. Over.
Okay, very good there. I didn't get the rig, but enjoyed it out there in Seattle. Well, okay, I hope you can try to check in to the net some other time. Wednesday nights and Monday nights, we're here every week, so great to hear a new station here. W7TAE, NA7RH.
Okay, Bob, good to know. And glad that we can actually reach out and make a contact here on AM. That's 73 to you. Thanks for picking me up and giving me a signal report. Your signal report is 5 and 7, S7 on the Elecraft K4 transceiver. Take care and have a good evening. NA7RH, W7TAE, clear and listening.
Okay, very good. You're about 10 over S9 on my old IC735 from ancient history. Have a good evening. NA7RH for...
Let me try that again. W7TAE, Daryl, KF6SYD, Steve in Long Beach. I'm able to copy you on the KFS Web SDR in the Half Bay up by San Francisco. Over the computer I can hear you quite well, but here in Long Beach there's just no signal at all from your station, so that's why we just didn't know you were there, but Bob was able to hear you in Arizona. So just wanted to say good to have you here, and I run the net on the 4th Wednesday of every month, and I usually have this SDR on. So if you want to check in, I'll know you're there because I'll see you on the waterfall. Anyway, good sounding station. Glad to have you here. W7TAE, KF6SYD.
Yeah, KF6SYD, W7TAE. Okay, 5 business, Steve. Name here is Daryl. I think you've had that. Delta Alpha Romeo, Yankee Lima, like my other brother. And I'm about 60 miles north of Seattle. And nice to hear you. You've got a big, strong signal, nearly S9. Nearly an S9 signal. And I've got a pretty quiet band here tonight, so I'm not using any attenuation. Well, anyway, I made a note in the logbook here for that, and it's time, and we'll try to check in again. And okay, on the using the STR there by business. Well, here in the little town of Oso, Washington, Oscar Sierra Oscar, population 250. You're near the S9 coming in from California. Thanks for the call. KF7SYD, W7TAE.
All right, Daryl, real good. Got all of that, and glad we can make the trip up there. This is an old broadcast transmitter from a local radio station in Long Beach. They retired it. It's from the 70s. And it puts out a pretty good signal, so I thought I'd give you a shout and let you know that you're, glad to have you here. Anyway, I'm gonna pack things up and head downstairs and chat with the family for a while. Just thought I'd say hello. So 7-3, catch you next time you're on W7TAE, KF6SYD. Good evening.
Yeah, hard to beat those two